Hi, my name is Alyssa Sills, and this video is a description of my instructional technology capstone project for Kennesaw State University. Today I will be discussing 3 sections about my capstone project. First will be an introduction to the capstone purpose as well as the problem and need for the project. Next, I will describe the project plan and a description of the project. Third, I will reflect and show the resources about the project. First, I will tell you a little bit about me. Again, my name is Alyssa Sills, and I graduated from Kennesaw State University with a Bachelor's of Science in Early Childhood Education in 2015. And now I'm a candidate for a master's degree in instructional technology. Right now, I teach 3rd grade to English language learners and gifted students in Gwinnett County. I am married with a 6-month-old daughter named Charlotte. We call her Charlie. My goal in the next few years is to become a local school technology coordinator in a school. My capstone project is called Character Building Through Technology, and the purpose of this project is to use technology to teach students about the 7 habits of healthy kids while also teaching teachers how to use technology in their own classrooms. When deciding what to do for this project, I discussed with my principal my ideas, and one major topic stood out to me, and that was that students were not behaving. And the goal for our LSBI was to have less than 100 discipline referrals and to raise reading levels. Research shows that there is a correlation between behavior in schools and school achievement. So the biggest problem was that there was an increase in behavior problems at our school. Students were not paying attention in class, and the school wanted to raise stamina and reading by fixing behavior problems. But first, teachers needed help with technology, so this project was a great way to help fix all of these things, starting with the biggest issue: teachers' technology knowledge. I'm going to describe my project in 3 parts, or 3 learning goals. Part 1 was about teaching teachers about how to use technology, and teachers learned about technology while also doing classroom management lessons. Part 1 included professional development, so it started with a needs assessment, so teachers could indicate what they struggled with on the learning management system. Then, 1 teacher per grade level would complete professional development, where they would watch screencast videos that I made to learn about the E-class parts that the teachers indicated in that needs assessment. They also had the option to do one-on-one help sessions with me if needed. After the completion of professional development, teachers would take a survey to see if they felt as if that what they learned was what they needed to learn about E-class to be successful, which was the evaluation plan for Part 1. Part 2 of the capstone project has teachers use what they learned in Part 1 and teach a lesson using that technology. Teachers would work with me to use an already made character building lesson using the LMS. They would video their lesson and post to a Padlet, where the whole group of teachers in the technology group would watch together and discuss using observation forms and glow and grow forms. This would give teachers tips on how to better use technology in their classroom. The evaluation plan for Part 2 used observation forms and the glow and grow sheets, as well as discussions with teachers, and it would show if they were using technology in their classrooms to enhance student learning about the 7 habits. The final part of the capstone is Part 3. Part 3 was to ensure teachers were able to use technology to implement lessons and use the tools on their own. They were asked to create 1 character building lesson using the LMS and implement it with their class while I observed. We were then able to have a conversation about the implementation. Throughout the process, the teacher would be able to come to me for help and get coaching from me. The evaluation plan for Part 3 was using a rubric to discuss the tools and implementation, and then a survey to see if the behavior was better in their classrooms after these lessons were implemented. Now I'll describe the plan and how it was implemented. So this will be a description of that experience. The needs assessment indicated that the teachers needed help with discussions, embedding videos into E-class lessons, creating quizzes, adding assignments to a Dropbox for students to turn in, and creating ways to formatively assess online. One change was that instead of just videos, I was given the opportunity to do something called SOAR University, which is where I taught a group of 30 teachers how to use these technology tools in a class. This was great because it reached a greater audience, and I learned how to teach a class of teachers. I also created the Taylor Tech webpage to ensure teachers had a resource for videos on ways to use all of the tools that we talked about in the survey. The survey at the end of the classes indicated success in learning, and feelings toward the learning were very positive. The survey indicated that 100% of teachers in the class, based on the survey, said that they had everything they needed to be successful when using that e-class page. And 86% said that they used what they learned once or twice so far that was right after the class. This survey indicated that the initial goal for helping the teachers learn more about e-class was met. The goal was also to have one teacher from each grade level do the training, but due to the SOAR University, around 30 teachers were able to complete that training. The Part 2 experience was different than the plan because I worked with one teacher as a technology coach instead of a whole team. We collaborated on 7 e-class lessons about the 7 habits of healthy kids. Each lesson had a book link that related to that leadership habit. So reading was being enhanced by working with one teacher. By working with that one teacher, I was able to give more one-on-one feedback on ideas for lessons, and we got to collaborate and give the feedback to each other. This teacher felt comfortable because we worked together instead of being a leader and her being a follower or just listening to my lessons. Students got to learn about leadership and also use technology to enhance engagement. Instead of a survey at the end, I did an interview, and the teacher indicated that she had more confidence using the LMS to enhance learning and is able to now help her grade level when they need it. Lastly, Part 3, the teacher I worked with was able to create her own lesson in the LMS about leadership using all of the tools that we discussed. This teacher loves performing arts, so her lesson was an online review about the 7 habits. Then the students created a reader's theater about all of these habits. This made an authentic task because the students used technology and came up with an everyday life scenario to tell what they learned about. I graded this on a rubric for the teacher, and then I decided that the teacher had met all of the requirements of learning of technology. She also indicated students were being better behaved and she had less discipline referrals. So at the end of this project, there were a few changes during the implementation. I got to do SOAR University professional development instead of just video lessons. I did both SOAR University and video lessons. I got to have one-on-one training with one teacher at the school instead of a group of teachers, but which probably made the implementation better because I was able to really focus on that one teacher and see how it would work on a larger scale. There was also more interviews for evaluation, and we created the lessons together other than the one at the end. This project was on a smaller scale, but as I said, it seemed like it went really well and I was able to become a better technology coach. So during this Capstone project, I learned an immense amount about technology facilitation and leadership. Even though the project ended up being used at a smaller scale at the school, I made an impact on all teachers through teaching the SOAR University professional development classes. The teacher that did complete the whole process gave feedback that she learned so much about technology and implementing it in her classroom. She also had a decline in discipline referrals due to the character building lessons, as well as the engaging technology enhanced lessons. This project would be used in the future to help reach a broader audience at the school since it was such a success with this one teacher. Last are the resources used throughout this presentation. This project, as well as my coursework, has taught me how to work with technology as well as become a great technology coach. I know I will use what I learned throughout my entire career to enhance student and teacher learning.